want George or do you want Jim Myers? There's two of us using this body. When I'm on the road, George lived differently than what Jim lived. Totally different person. Just before I go to the ring, he would be so uptight because we'd always be doing something with Elizabeth. That's my wife, you gotta. And I'd say, hey, I got a daughter older than her. Relax. But just as I'd leave, I'd say, but boy, I've had some runs with some of these young broads around here, and leave. He loved his wife. He truly loved his wife. And I think the biggest mistake that a lot of guys made in the 80s was they brought their wives into the business. Not a good idea. Vince wants me to grab Elizabeth by the ankle. That's the picture we want. Randy goes nuts. I know it's a rib. It's Vince, George, you and Vince are screwing with me again. Why do you have to grab her by the ankle? And he's really going off. He makes her walk up the steps and teaches her how to go through the ropes, probably 150, 200 times, so that she wouldn't show too much leg, that she could do it very ladylike. And it was, I felt sorry for her. It was brutal, but he was teaching her how to get into the ring. The wilder that Captain Lou got, the more Vince liked him. In fact, there was times when he was kind of quiet and Vince would give me the Iggy and tell me to go get a large bottle of vodka and give it to Captain Lou to liven the show up. Bundy, who's a good friend of mine, was, well, you know, I'm one of the top guys here. The chief started laughing. He said, you're not one of the top guys. You had one top shot. You know, the top guy's got to be around 4 or 5 years. He won't last that long, son. And he's got this snake on his shoulder, and it's a big snake. He's kind of like, me and Junkyard Dog's kind of watching him. We're both afraid of snakes. He's kind of like panicky, and I'll never forget, Dog looked up and said, if you're looking for help from us, you're a dead man. We had done a match, and we come back into the locker room, and this kid that had worked with us walked in, and JYD got up and hit him and ran his head into the wall and bloodied the wall with the kid's head. I grabbed him, I said, and Captain Lou and I grabbed him, what are you doing? He said, did you see what he did? He said, no. He said, well, I used my power slam, and he beat me up. He didn't sell it. When I watched the TV, and he was absolutely right. Later on, I watched it, but they come in to clean the wall, the maintenance people. I said, leave it there. It's a good reminder. Bruno comes up to me. He says, George, what do you think about all this cartoon stuff they're doing? No, I haven't done a lot of the cartoon. This is right when this is a little bit ahead of this stuff. And I said, I don't know, Bruno. Let me know what you think after my match. So I go out, and Junkyard Dog comes out with me, and he gets a kid in the ring. He starts doing that dance, and all of a sudden he's trying to get me to dance, and all of a sudden Bruno comes back and says, you're one of them. And when I went to the cartoon thing and it got over, I think it made Vince start thinking farther out of the box. He is one of the best television people, bringing things through the tube. He's excellent at that. And in my opinion, he's an excellent salesman, merchandise, excellent. Wrestling is not his deal. It's just not his deal, honest to God. A belt, you could put the belt on anyone and make him a champ. Anyone. Just have him beat people. But you can't put a worker in the ring and make him a worker.
Right.
So it's a waste to take a belt and put it on a great worker.
Do you turn these people babyface?
Well, yeah, you do. And there's a reason for it. Very simple. The big television eats him up as a heel. But he's a great talent. So you got to do something else with him. How much more can you do with him as a heel? He said to me, he says, well, what if Hulk gets hurt and the guy's got him covered because he can't get up? I said, you go 1, 2, and have a heart attack.